Hello everyone and welcome to the RPES Sovereign Showdown here at Eldora Speedway. We are finally back with the 360 sprint cars. We have not been in action since the 360 Nationals, and points racing has been even longer than that. As we have not seen 360's racer points since back in May at Cedar Lake Speedway. The winner of tonight's event will receive free entry into Wednesday night's King's Clash event, as we're just about to head straight into qualifying for tonight's racing action. You can see Scott Thomason on the racetrack. Currently fastest is Josh Whiteman. Up now, Alex Zarinsky goes to the top of the board. Having some issues here with my ATVO, as it's not letting me select drivers correctly or change cameras, but nonetheless, Bowen Smith is at the top of the board, as this is Joseph Groom we're on board with here in car number 11. Joseph Groom's first lap here as he comes out of turn 4. Chamarini just ran his second lap, which is a 13.579. Joseph Groom's second lap did count, put him 28th quick. We do have 34 cars signed in for tonight's racing action. So move into right rear racing heat race number 1. Here's your lineup for right rear racing heat race number 1. On the pole will be John Klimowitz III, car number 69, and alongside, finished third last year in the King's Clash and 3-time winner with the 360 Sprint Car Series is Matt Grimm. Going for third will be the 09 of Brody Duscher, and fourth will be Bowen Smith, who sits currently third in the point standings. Newcomer Aiden Stoll will go from 5th. 6th will be Greg Robinson in car 83. Going 7th will be Flying Fred Hoffman in the 13 car. 8th will be Stephen Metcalf, and then rounding out the field will be the 1, 2, 3 of 𝐒𝐩𝐫𝐢𝐧𝐭. Coming here in turn 3 and 4, leader 69 𝐒𝐞𝐫𝐢𝧻 has control of the field. They may fire at any point once you get to the middle of 3 and 4. 8 laps distance, top 4 will move on to tonight's main event. You can see 𝐒𝐞𝐫𝐢𝧻 off to a good start, so did Brody Duscher. Now we got almost 4 wide there in the middle of the field. A couple cars getting to better at the back, but everyone seems to have kept it going. Bowen Smith will have to make a move here on Matt Grimm, but we get our first 618 engraving in design caution flag of the night. Looks like 𝐒𝐩𝐫𝐢𝧻 was one of the cars involved. Yeah, it looks like Aiden Stoll there just was the kind of the blunt of the contact there, and then 𝐒𝐲 had nowhere to go. They all just kind of ended up there on the front stretch. Innocent bystanders get collected here earlier on. We didn't get to mention it earlier on tonight, though, but Admin Box presents the drivers' meeting at each of our events. We'll try to keep up with the sponsorships as much as we can throughout the night. Already mentioned this heat race is brought to you by Right Rear Racing, and then qualifying was brought to you by TJ Visuals. Should be getting ready to come back to it. So we'll have 2 in, still 6 laps left in heat race number 1. Now the 69, the 𝐒𝐞𝐫𝐢𝧻, they put in the most laps out of anybody last night in the practice session. Almost 200 laps they ran. See Bowen Smith there looking to the inside of Duscher, is not able to make a move. Now Grimm, the Ohio man himself, looking to get by Bowen Smith. Bowen Smith earlier in the season was able to pick up a win at the Volusia Speedway Park, which was the opener for our 360 Sprint Car Series. Duscher's all over 𝐒𝐫𝐢𝧻 now for the lead, as we just have 3 laps left in this one. Duscher goes to the inside, slides up in front of the 69. He does so. Now the 69 will come back at him. And Bowen Smith's looking to track them both down and see if he can go 2 for 1. He does get around at 69, move Bowen Smith up into the 2nd spot. Duscher will lead at the white flag. One more shot here for Bowen Smith. Duscher goes down low to block. It will be enough. He will pick up Right Rear Racing heat race number 1. So results for Right Rear Racing Heat Race number 1. Brody Duscher picks up the win. Bowen Smith finishes second. Third will be John Klimowitz, and your final transfer, Matt Grimm in car 191. Greg Robinson, Fred Hoffman, Stephen Metcalf, Kevin Goodall, and Aiden Stoll will have to go try another one through the B main later on tonight. All right, now we get our lineup here for Casey Simon Cinematography Heat Race number 2. Caden Berry, the 2025 360 Nationals champion, will go from the pole alongside Trevor Royer, finished second in the King's Clash last year. Joseph Grandy will go from third. Fourth, Alec Zarinsky. Fifth will be Ethan Milwane. And sixth will be Logan Trimmer. Seventh, John Klimowitz the third. Eighth, Michael Skirring. And then ninth, Dean Reynolds, who's finished second in the 305 Nationals back in June. Same thing, 8 laps of distance. Top 4 will move on into tonight's Sovereign Showdown main event. Rest will go to the 618 Engraving and Design B main, which will take the top 6 out of that later on. 2 stalwarts of their own right on the front row of this one. Barry gets a good jump out front. Royer, much better start than we saw the second place car get in the last heat race. Milwane is all over Zimsky there for the third spot. You can see still a lightning fast racetrack here at Eldora early on in this one. Logan Trimmer, diamonds off. Teammates there for Caden Berry Motorsports, bound for the final transfer. Trimmer will take it for now. Gotta be careful though, Skirring is lurking in the background. Trimmer almost had Zarinsky there for a second. But 23 was able to keep his momentum up and get back into P3. Back up front, we are past the halfway point now. Caden Berry still leads the way over Trevor Royer in this one. Zarinsky still in third. And then Trimmer holds your fourth and final transfer spot at the moment. Michael Skirring, he tried that bottom line, but nothing is really there yet. As Trimmer goes for a big slide job on Zarinsky. Zarinsky comes back at him. He will try another slider here into 3 and 4. Very close to the line. Does look like Logan Trimmer just barely edged him out to get that third spot. So Caden Berry takes the win there in Casey Simon Cinematography Heat Race number 2. Trevor Royer finishes second. Third, Logan Trimmer by just 8 1/1000ths of a second. And Alex Zarinsky takes the final transfer spot. Ethan Milwane, Michael Skirring, John Klimowitz Jr., Joseph Grandy, and Dean Reynolds will have to go through the B main. Chase Shaft will go from the pole of Twisted Speed Heat Race number 3. Gavin Chatham picked up the win last year at the Weed Sports Speedway with us goes from the second spot. Jackson Sutton goes from third. Fourth would be Ryan Sheet. And fifth, Nick Larry. Sixth, Scott Thomason. Seventh, a newcomer, Anthony Villagran. And eighth, another newcomer, Graham Huffman. Does not look like Graham Huffman will make the call. So should be 7 cars out on the speedway for this one. Once again, this heat race is brought to you by Twisted Speed, another one of our great partners. They also present a free setup pack to the hard charger at nearly every one of our events for the remainder of the year. Chase Shaft and Chatham will lead into the green. Again, see the leader go off to a great start. Best battle on the track right here is for your third spot. We've got Sutton, Thomason, and Larry all on top of one another. We see once again a Cadenberry Motorsports car. We've got both teammates battling with each other, and we got a Rolling Thunder Sim Sports car as well. We have like a 5-car pack racing going on here towards the back. Thomason currently holds the final transfer spot in car number 8. Nick Larry is all over him though. Still has half a race left. See if he can get back to him. Larry continues to try to diamond it off the corner. He gets closer and closer as we get the 2-lap signal here at the line. Chase Shaft still leads by half a second over Gavin Chatham up front. Oh, Larry gets into the wall. That might be all she wrote for the 43 for his transfer efforts. Chase Shaft will lead into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time and come around to pick up the checkered flag in Twisted Speed heat race number 3. Now we'll get our 4th and final heat race of the night, which is brought to you by the Regal Promotions Esports Shop. Rick Main will go from the pole. Alongside will be our 360 point leader, Mason Hannigan. Then going for third, Richie Gaines in car 111. Josh Whiteman. We just saw his teammate Scott Thomason just make the show. Josh Whiteman will look to do the same thing. And Jimbo Rooney, our 305 Sprint Car Series point leader, goes from the 5th spot. 6th, I believe the lone actual Australian in the field tonight is David Baker. 7th is Joseph Groom, and 8th, Jeremy Christensen. Same thing, be 8 laps to the distance. Top 4 will move on as all 8 cars that are scheduled for this one are out there. Very cool scheme there for Mason Hannigan. Kind of a throwback to Randy Hannigan. It's Rick Mayne. It's off to a great start there in the 187. Richie Gaines has a challenger on the outside. Josh Whiteman will use the high side momentum and work his way into P3. Hannigan with a big slide job there in 3 and 4. Rick Mayne will now look to go back at him, and he will slide back up. Now Hannigan right back underneath him. See if he's able to make it stick here as he goes through 3 and 4. Mayne will once again be to his inside. Now Hannigan comes back at him. So keep going back and forth between the race leaders. I believe Hannigan finally has taken sole possession of the race lead as we get to the halfway point. Josh Whiteman runs third, and fourth is Richie Gaines. All those four hold a pretty good margin. Jimbo Rooney is hiding there in the background, but then it's another almost second back to Joseph Groom, who runs in the 6th spot. But our best battle on the track is still these top 3 here. So they're all relatively on top of one another. Final lap here. Looks like Richie Gaines has thought about sending it, but was not able to get enough of a run. Those are your 4 transfer cars. Mason Hannigan takes the win over Rick Mayne. Josh Whiteman finishes 3rd. 4th, Richie Gaines. 5th, Jimbo Rooney. 6th, Joseph Groom. 7th, David Baker. And 8th, Jeremy Christensen. So now we head into an 18 car B main. So your starting lineup for the 618 engraving and design B main. Greg Robinson go from pole alongside car number 37, Ethan Milwain. So 2 305 regulars from earlier in the year. Nick Larry starts 3rd. 4th, Jimbo Rooney. 5th will be Fred Hoffman. 6th will be Michael Skirring. 7th, Ryan Sheet. 8th, Joseph Groom. 9th, Stephen Metcalf. 10th, John Klimowitz Jr. 11th, Anthony Villagran. 12th, David Baker. 13th, Kevin Goodall. 14th, Joseph Grandy. 15th, Graham Huffman. 16th, in car 16 is Jeremy Christensen. 17th, Aiden Stoll. And 18th, Dean Reynolds. It appears 17 of 18 cars in this one have made the call. Graham Huffman is the only car that is not currently out on the speedway. So 17 cars battling out for just 6 spots in tonight's main event. As with Reigel Promotions Esports, we normally start 22 cars. Unless it's a bigger event, then we may start 22. It does look like Dean Reynolds may have missed the start, so I'll put him behind the 8 ball. Start off, he will be definitely hoping for an early caution. Nonetheless, Greg Robinson leads the field to the green. Wide action here. Michael Skirring slides to the racetrack. Ryan Sheet now going to cross over. cars there. Almost 4 wide as he gets into the wall. Almost lucky he did, because I think he would have got stuffed in the fence if he did. Rooney, I don't think Rooney knew the 10 car was there necessarily, but they got together. That will bring out our first. Yep, that will bring out our first 618 engraving and design caution flag. We saw a lot of that live, but we'll try to get another look at it here. There you can see the 27 was there. Definitely appears he chopped his nose off, but these drivers do not have mirrors, so other than the sound, he may not have known he was there, but nonetheless, both of them end up going the wrong way in turn number 3 and 4. And we'll certainly need to take a trip down Dirt Series Promotions pit lane. But Greg Robinson still leads the way over Nick Larry. Ethan Milwain runs in the 3rd spot, and Michael Scurry's in 4th. 5th, Fred Hoffman, and in your final transfer spot at the moment is the 707 of Stephen Metcalf. Now, Stephen Metcalf, he is one of our sponsors a lot of stuff, especially when we do anything we do dirt off-road. He's always a big supporter of that. He started a new job recently, so he may not be at many of our races coming up, but nice to see drivers when they return, even if they aren't normally regulars with us. As they're double file, we'll come back to it. We will have 6 laps left when they get to the line. Michael Scurry there makes a big power move. And Nick Larry will now battle for that 2nd spot. Scurry will have it for a moment, but a yellow flag comes out for the 2nd time in this B main. Okay, I was going to say, my graphic system did not want to tell me what it was, but it said that Kevin Goodall had towed, so I was assuming that that was what the yellow was for, and it sure looks like it was a yellow. So it appears to me that iRacing decided that there was actually the car was actually there, even though it wasn't, and bad luck for both him and David Baker. I believe that was the 19 car there, but wild flip for Kevin Goodall, especially when it comes to netcode. As you can see there, also, David Baker does come down and get his fast repair. But Greg Robinson has been able to keep getting a great restart, so he may like this more than staying green flag racing. Does now have the 07, who has moved his way up from 6th to 2nd here in the early going. We do not have many laps left. Up next, we'll have our Night Owl Racing League warm-up session. I doubt we will run very much of the warm-up session, but maybe about 2 minutes, and then we will advance straight into our main event, as it looks like Greg Robinson is ready to lead us back to the third-party gaming green flag. finally, Fred Hoffman is in your final transfer spot. You see him and Joseph Groom are doling it out tooth and nail for that final spot. Just barely got back around here in turn 4. Greg Robinson just lost the lead there to 07. Scurrying and Robinson now battle out as now Robinson will try to slide up. Do not think he's going to get there. So Michael Scurrying to the point here as the white flag comes out. Now we'll see Nick Larry will be able to move from their spot. I think he's just going to fall in, but... And then Milwayne just barely beats Metcalf there at the line. But your full rundown for the 618 Engraving and Design B main. Michael Scurrying with the win in the 07. Greg Robinson finished second. Third, Nick Larry. Fourth, Ethan Milwayne. Fifth, Stephen Metcalf. And your sixth and final transfer car, the 13 of Fred Hoffman. Ryan Sheet there, he ran the fastest lap on the last lap of the B main. Finishes in the 7th spot. 8th be Anthony Villagrand. 9th, Joseph Groom. 10th, Joseph Grandy. 11th, Aiden Stoll. 12th, Jimbo Rooney. 13th, Jeremy Christensen. 14th, David Baker. 15th, John Klimowitz Jr. 16th, Kevin Goodall. 17th, Dean Reynolds. And 18th, Graham Huffman. So now you can see Eldora Speedway in all of its glory. But we now finally have our 22 car field set for tonight's Sovereign Showdown here at Eldora Speedway as the drivers get ready to tune up for Wednesday night's Big Kings Clash event. A few sponsors we may have missed throughout the night. Our 4-wide salute will be coming up here in a little bit, as long as Ben decides to actually do it. We will have a 4-wide salute brought to you by Victory Fuel. Victory Lane at each of our 305 and 360 events is brought to you by Roya's Graphics, who will also present next week's Regal Cup for the 305s right here at Eldora. The Green Flag and Rookie of the Year Award is brought to you by Third Party Gaming. Pit Road is by Dirt Series Promotions. Hard Luck Award is brought to you by Premier Racing Setups, who gets out a free setup pack to driver experiences the hardest luck each night. If a driver wins a race on the last lap, we will give them $5 courtesy of F&D Awareness. The Paint Scheme of the Year Award is brought to you by Right Rear Racing. Most Improved Driver will receive a custom trophy thanks to Shock Eye Racing Performance. And driver has the least amount of incidents at the end of the year will receive $15 from Triplet Motors. As we spoke earlier on about, the Kings Clash is on Wednesday night. We have 35 cars already entered. They will race for a trophy and $50 to win on Wednesday night, and it's $10 just to finish last in the feature. That'll be live right here on Regal Promotions Esports. And next Monday, our 305 series will return and be right here at Eldora. It'll be 30 laps, and they will also compete for a trophy. We're going to do a trophy dash next week as well, so the top drivers from the heat races will go head-to-head to set the top 8 spots in the feature event. And on Sunday, September 28th, we'll have the Pro 2 trucks at the dirt track at Charlotte for the Truckers Tango 40 by Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions. And the 360 series will return for point racing on October 1st, an 8:30 p.m. start time the Silver Cup Triple 20s at Lernerville. Guess while we have a minute or two here, we'll take a look at the point standings, the way they sit for the 360 series. As you can see, Mason Hannigan has a pretty big lead, almost a whole race lead over Trevor Royer at the moment. So he holds a 173-point lead. Then Bowen Smith is in the third spot. He picked up that win earlier in the year at Volusia. Ty Williams, who is not in attendance this evening, I don't believe, is in the fourth. He will be here on Wednesday, though. And Nick Larry, one of the most improved drivers this season, is in the fifth spot at the moment. As we are now ready for tonight's Sovereign Showdown 30-lap feature. But on the pole will be the 09 of Brody Duscher. Going for second be the 112 Caden Berry, who holds the most wins in Regal Promotions Esports competition at Eldora with 3. Chase Shaft will go from third in car number 3. Fourth, your point leader, Mason Hannigan. Fifth, Bowen Smith. And sixth is Trevor Royer. Going for seventh be the 99 of Gavin Chatham. 8th, Rick Main in car 187. John Klimowitz III will go from 9th. 10th, Logan Trimmer. 11th, Jackson Sutton. 12th, Josh Whiteman. 13th, Matt Grimm. 14th, Alec Zarinsky. 15th will be Scott Thomason. 16th, Richie Gaines. 17th, your B-Main winner, Michael Skirring. 18th, Greg Robinson. 19th, Nick Larry. 20th, Ethan Milwane. 21st, Stephen Metcalf, and rounding out the field, Flying Fred Hoffman in car 13. See, the field is now assembling into the Victory Fuel 4-wide salute here at the front of the field. The field will get lined up 2x2 behind the pace truck, and they should get the 1 to go signal here at the line. So next time around, we will go racing for 30 laps around the Eldora Speedway. The 09 continues to want to drop out. there by lagging, but he leads the field in turn number 1. Chase Shaft goes down low, but the top side will prevail. At least, maybe. He is definitely putting up a fight there on the bottom side, though, in car number 3. As he takes the lead there at the line, he will now be side by side with the race leader, Brody Duscher, in 3 and 4. So you see Chase Shaft using that bottom line to his advantage. He puts himself out front in car 3. See, now everyone's fighting to get down to the bottom side. As now they've finally figured out that Chase Shaft must have found something there in the warm-up session. Mason Hannigan and Trevor Moyer, though, staying committed to the top side the best they can as they lead that top line. Brody Duscher comes up and almost gets everyone in, stacked up behind him. Luckily, everyone keeps it going. See, Haydenberry is slowly reeling in the race leader of Chase Shaft. Not careful though, the 09 of Brody Duscher is also reeling them both in. He was faster than both drivers that last time around. Maybe 3 wide here for the race lead out of turn 4. Brody Duscher back to the front here. 9 laps in, still 21 to go. Well, we got a good one up front here at Eldora. Now Cadeberry to the inside. He's running lower than anybody on the track right now. Now that top side seems to be coming right back in. This track is ever changing. The lines continue to change around the world's greatest dirt track. Now Trevor Moyer is able to get just enough momentum and move to the 2nd spot past Chase Shaft and Barry. Now he'll set his sights on race leader Brody Duscher. As a bunch of cars getting into the wall there as we get our first 618 engraving and design caution flag. I believe it may have been John Klimowitz, third. At least he was one of the cars involved. Oh yeah, he is. He gets, looks like he just loses it by himself on the backstretch. Takes a huge flip. That probably would have been a hospital ride. But we are just past. We're 12 laps into this one. Still 18 to go. But Brody Duscher, I mean, the box score will show you he started the pole and he's still on the pole. But we know by watching this race that that is not the whole story. Now we will get double filed up. I think Brody Duscher needs to realize that he needs to get down to the inside here. But I do not think they understand. There we go. Finally got the memo. Jump into, and gets by Trevor Moyer there on the start. Dusher is able to hold his advantage. Everybody trying to get to the top side now. But earlier on, we saw everyone trying to get down to the bottom. As we get a 618 engraving and design caution flag. Cautions breed cautions. Looks like Logan Trimmer and Jackson Sutton may have been 2 cars involved. So 2 teammates up, as it looks like Sutton there, I believe. Now, Zarinsky gets into the back of Sutton. As Sutton gets a little sideways, crossed up on the cushion, and Zarinsky could not get slowed up fast enough. That's why everyone else got checked up involved in that one. Luckily, not too many cars end up with any damage in that one, really. I was trying to get back to Brody Dusher, but he was lagging out once again. We'll be almost at the halfway point when we get back racing here in 3 and 4. 16 laps to go at the line. Barry now goes for a slide job in 1 and 2. Now Dusher goes right back at him. Once again, I mean, there's a slide job battle here as we pass the halfway point. Barry now back to the point. See if Dusher goes back at him. He does. He gets into the wall, though. That'll allow Barry to maybe be able to fully clear him here in 1 and 2. It's like Caden Barry should hold it unless he goes for a massive slide job, and he does. He takes it all the way to the St. Henry nightclub. But that is not enough. Caden Barry takes the lead, as now Trevor Royer will look to get by the 09. As Dusher gets into the wall, that opens up the door for the 90 of Trevor Royer. Trevor Royer has one career win with Regal Promotions Esports, surprisingly enough, which came back at the Lernerville Speedway way back over a year ago, as we get another 618 engraving and design caution flag. See what this one was for. Looks like Greg Robinson. So maybe he just hanging on the track there. They just lost it going into 3. It was not like any overly like strenuous contact there to cause an overreaction like that, but nonetheless, your second place driver from the B main may be done for the evening in car 83. You see John Klimowitz the third there, getting a wave around. Caden Berry, though, if he were to pick up this win, it would be his 26th career 360 win, as his 25th was back in July when he picked up the win in the 360 Nationals. It would be his 4th win here at Eldora with our series. The only other 2 winners were 𝐒𝐲. He picked up the first one back in November of 23, and then Kenny Hoffman won the King's Clash last year. But we should be coming back to it. We got under 10 to go, so be single file the rest of the way in tonight's racing action. See Hannigan there, he is now working the inside lane. You just got to go wherever they are. He's going to try to slide in front of Bowen, but not able to get there before the gap closed. Got another yellow flag. See what the yellow flag was for in this one. Maybe Michael Skirring involved in this one? He said he had an incident point after the yellow. Do not know what happened in there, but it's not look like that was it. So may just be a mystery as to what that yellow was for. But we are getting down to crunch time here. So we will have just 7 laps to go when we get back racing. I would assume we are going to get the 1 to go signal here at the line. But throughout this race, we have seen track come and go. It was the bottom line that was very dominant in the first 7 or 8 laps, and the top came back in. It's kind of stayed that way ever since. We'll see if it'll change once again. Oh, in the chat they said, look at Alec. I'll have to give it a look there after the race then. But Caden Berry bring us back to third-party gaming green flag. See, Rory Duscher pulls off a massive slide job there in 1 and 2. It's not able to make it stick. But now Trevor Royer will send a dive bomb in 3 and 4 now. And he will at least lead the lap for now. Caden Berry comes back out. So does Brody Duscher. Both cars go for a slide job with Royer at once. Now Royer's massive slide. They make contact though. They both keep it going. And now we're almost 4 wide here. Now Berry goes from 1st to 5th there, as now Duscher gets into Royer. And now Bowen Smith, and then the C's open back up. Caden Berry goes from 1st to 5th, back to 1st, and all of that. As we get a 618 engraving and design caution flag. See, we got multiple things happening in this. I think we just got to go all the way back to see exactly what actually happened here. See, Duscher go to a slider, they get together there, and then Hannigan and Smith, I mean, they're like 5 wide here. There's no one anywhere else can go, and then I don't think they also don't realize there's 6 wide pretty much here. Just whole chain reaction of what started there in turn 2. And we had some massive flips there, but definitely some heartbreak for Trevor Royer as he was looking to pick up the win there up front. I mean, all those cars, as Dean Reynolds says in the chat, yeah, definitely the big one. We had, I mean, pretty much the whole top 5, but Caden Berry taken out in that wreck. But based on scoring, iRacing will have Mason Hannigan in the lead, as at the line he was in front, and he must have made it somehow through that wreck unscathed. Now Ethan Milwain, who has not, I mean, a lot of these guys that are now on the outside the top, I mean, they're in the top 5, have not been much of a factor all night. Now they're right in play. See if they can get at least a podium. See Milwain there gets into the wall in the 3rd spot. The 2 drivers have dominated our series the most as we get a yellow flag though. About to say though, Caden Berry and Mason Hannigan are top 2 in wins in our 360 series. And now they get to battle out for yet another win here in the 360 Sprint Car Series. Just going to go back easy mode here to figure out where the yellow flag was. Looks like it was a car at the back. Maybe Chase Shaft, perhaps. It looks like maybe another net code there. As he slides up. I'll see if I can get a better look at it here quick. So yeah, once again, it doesn't really look like they actually touched, but nonetheless, Fred Hoffman ends up throwing right into the fence there. And that is what brought out our 618 engraving and design caution flag. I believe we were coming back to the green right here. As I said before, under 10 laps to go, and any consecutive cautions, we always resort to a single file restart as Hannigan fires off with just 3 laps to go. Will he be able to hold off Caden Berry? Berry runs about a line lower there and slides up to the cushion. 2 laps to go here. Berry goes for a big dive bomb in 1 and 2. Hannigan drives it right back underneath of him though, and will slide back up in turn 3 and 4. Now Berry goes back underneath. Another slide job coming here. This white flag is out. Who is going to win this one? Berry and Hannigan in 3 and 4. Hannigan slides back up. Berry's going to come back at him. Who is it going to be at the line? Berry beats by a nose at the line. What a finish here at Eldora. What a race. But your top 5 here tonight, Caden Berry, Mason Hannigan, and Ethan Milwain, those top 3, we will get a word with here in a few moments. Josh Whiteman finishes 4th. 5th was Jackson Sutton. 6th, Nick Larry. 7th, Matt Grimm. 8th, Alex Zarinsky. 9th, Michael Skirring. 10th, Logan Trimmer. 11th, Bowen Smith. 12th, Gavin Chatham. 13th, Rick Main. 14th, John Klimowitz III. 15th, Fred Hoffman. 16th, Chase Shaft. 17th, Greg Robinson. 18th was Trevor Royer after a disappointing finish there after running up front. Brody Duscher finishes 19th. 20th was Richie Gaines. 21st was Stephen Metcalf. And 22nd was Scott Thomason. Now we'll see if we have any of our top three here in the broadcast waiting room waiting to be talked to. Appears we have all three, so we'll go ahead and interview our race winner, Caden Berry, first. Hey, Caden, how you doing?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Good. I mean, heck of a race. Felt like the track was ever changing throughout the night. How did you manage to kind of just stay in control of the race and let the race come to you throughout, pretty much throughout the whole thing? You went one time, you went from fifth to first, back to first, and within one lap.
Yeah, no, I just had to try to be calm and just try to keep hitting my marks every lap, and each and every lap, track got slick, quick, once the feature came around and, got to do that warm up there. No, but we felt good. Like I said, just had to be patient and just hit my marks.
I guess another thing is, how did you keep up with the track and just know where to go at the right time?
I was looking at the track early on, and it kind of actually wasn't slicking off. And I was talking to my buddies. We were talking about what we were going to do with the setup, going on with, how the track was going to play out. And I've actually never seen Eldora take so long to actually slick off. So that was super interesting. But yeah, like I said, once it came around, like, after the heat races were done, I mean, even I was surprised. It was still not as slick as I expected. And then, like I said, coming to like warm up time, it just, I don't know, got super slick.
I guess Eric, question for me. I mean, obviously you picked up the win in the 360 Nationals in July, but how do you feel? I mean, after picking up the win, I mean, you won this race last year too, the Sovereign Showdown. So how do you feel going into Wednesday night?
I feel pretty good. I think I got a lot of confidence going in. Like I said, I mean, well, we won the event last year, so it feels really good to be locked into it again, and we'll just see what we can do. Like I said, have a lot of confidence going in. Tonight I honestly use as a practice night, seeing how it would be on Wednesday night. So so far it's looking pretty good and looking our way. So just got to keep, like I said, focus and hitting our marks every night, and maybe we'll come out on top on Wednesday.
Before I let you go, is there anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, I would like to give all glory to God. Can't do anything without Him. Got to thank my mom and dad, my nana and grampy, my grandmother Cece, my Grammy Ryder, TJ, Tim, Kevin, Alex. Got to thank Granite State Blacktoppers, Juice Powder Coating, CRC Z-Max, Driven to Save Lives, Victory Fuel, Terminal Graphics, Ryder Family Sawmill, John Bear's Legacy Racing, Bear Blasting, and Bill McGaffin Photography, and you guys for putting on the event.
We appreciate it, and we wish you the best of luck on Wednesday.
Thank you.
All right, now we'll get a word with your second place finisher tonight, Mason Hannigan. Hey Mason, how you doing?
Good. How about you?
Good. Uh, obviously that's one of the worst ways you could lose there right at the line, but just walk me through the last couple laps and how exciting it was from the driving point of view.
Yeah, it was interesting. All right. I don't think. I mean, I just hit the wall there coming to four. I thought I needed to plug it a lot. I thought I needed to hit the cushion a lot harder than I did, and I got I got to the wall. I got to the wall a little bit quicker than I thought, and um, yeah, I don't. I just kind of a fucking wicked race. I'm still trying to watch it. Yeah, I don't know, man. There was 5 to go or whatever. We were throwing haymakers, and yeah, I don't know what happened there, and I magically went for fourth to lead, and then we were okay, but I think my stuff was a little bit too damaged. I don't know. I lost a lot of drive, but yeah, I just plugged it into the. I think I had a one if I didn't hit the fence, and then I hit the fence, and then I got the line a little late, and then he was just coming across, and I'm pretty sure half of our race car ended up in the grandstands, but that's besides the point. So yeah, it's just another good points night for the most part. So you just gotta click those off as much as you can, and just gotta finish these things.
Yeah, you got almost the whole race lead at this point. So I mean, obviously you still got a lot of races left, but you almost got it clinched at this point.
Yeah, for the most part, I know the drop weeks. I can't remember. Was it 3 we got?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're closing into getting a decent gap to where we just need to show up and really just run top five. So, yeah, we've had a really good season, and it's been nice to have a little break for a little bit. But it's getting around the winter months, so time to get back in the iRacing swing of things. So, yeah, definitely a wicked night here at the old Eldora Speedway. So, yeah, it's great to run it, and the first 12 laps were really good, but other than that, the last 18 got a little rough.
Well, we appreciate you running with us, and is there anyone else you want to thank before I let you go?
Yeah, all the boys, Black Diamond, Alec, Rich, Jace, Ernie, Trevor, Ryan, Josh, all them boys, Velocity Race Designs, Tim Sims, and can't thank you for putting this deal on. It's been a fun season, and we still got quite a few weeks to go, so looking forward to it.
Appreciate you. Best of luck on Wednesday.
Thank you.
All right, next we'll get a word here with your third place finisher. Kind of came out of nowhere here at the end, Ethan Milwain. Hey, Ethan, how you doing?
Not too bad, Andrew. How are you?
First of all, I got a question for you. Where did you start?
I don't even. I think 20th, I believe. 20th, I started.
How about it's like I knew you were in the B main, so
Yeah, I had to battle my way back up. I started second in the B though. I believe, yes.
I mean, there was so much going on at the front of the field. We didn't really get a chance to take a look at what happened with you. So I mean, I guess walk us through how your race went.
I started in the back. I obviously didn't really have a good run at the beginning of the night, but I just kind of stayed clear of all the carnage happening. There was a lot of dirty sliders, a lot of cars getting into each other, a lot of stacking up, and I kind of just tried to stay to the bottom for the most part, and I'd move up and down. I felt good on the bottom, and I kind of felt good in the top. I really felt hooked up until I got damage on my car, and then by the time all the wrecks kind of faded away, I was sitting in third, and all I had to do was hold on for those last few laps. I was pretty squirrely, beating it off the wall, but as long as I crossed in third is good. Just happy with it.
Did you make any setup adjustments from the B main to the feature?
I did change my gear, yes. I was slipping and sliding.
I do believe this is definitely your very best 360 finish you ever had. I believe your best finish before this was a 20th. So
we turned it around, I guess.
I know you didn't race very many, but still.
Yeah, no, I was more focused on the 305 thing, and then I surpassed the iRating cap, so now I got to focus on 360s and more 410 events. But yeah, definitely a good way to start coming back after the mid-season break here. It's good momentum for KBM, and I want to thank all those guys. They definitely helped me out a bunch because I'm not on all the time, and they're always there, help me whenever I need. So I appreciate them.
Yeah, as a team, you guys had a great night. I mean, obviously Caden with the win, and then a lot of your guys. I mean, pretty much all put it in the show at the very least.
It was a pretty impressive night for KBM coming back. It shows we're fast. It shows we're good. So it's happy to see that for everybody.
I've got one more question for you. Obviously tonight's huge confidence boost coming from 20th to third. But how do you feel going to Wednesday night, and what kind of goal are you shooting for?
My goal for Wednesday night, I'd say like I want to say top 10 would be ideal. Like I'd be really, really happy with that. There's a lot of fast cars out there. You got your Cadens, you got your Masons. They're really, really fast. So there's a lot of tough competition in these races. And I haven't really been on most of the summer. I kind of took a bit of a break, so getting back into it's definitely not easy, but I showed I can kind of stay there a little bit. I got a lot of stuff to work on, but top 10 would definitely be up my alley. That'd be my goal, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely with the speed you showed tonight, I'm sure that'll be that should be well in hand. Is there anyone you want to thank before I let you go?
Just my guys at KBM. I really appreciate them helping me out with sets, gears, all that kind of fun stuff, and just being a good team. And I'd also like to thank you, Andrew, for putting on a great series, a great race all the time. You're always doing great broadcasts. I love to go back and watch it. So if there wasn't guys like you that were doing this kind of stuff, we wouldn't have all this kind of fun to have. So thank you. At the end of the day, we really appreciate you and Ben.
I appreciate it. I mean, Ben doesn't like doing as much as I do, sadly, but I kind of drag him along to everything.
Well, he's appreciated. All these guys really appreciate him because we wouldn't have all this fun without you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope to do it for many years to come.
Sounds good, Andrew.
Well, thanks for racing tonight, and see you on Wednesday.
Yep. See you on Wednesday, Andrew. Have a great night.
You too.
Take care.
All right, that was your third place finisher, Ethan Milway. It came all the way back from row 10. With all interviews done, we will be moving on to Wednesday night's event, the King's Clash. We ran it last year, paid over $1,000. Not as much money in the line this time, but it's $10 to enter if anyone still wants to enter. We have 35 cars already entered. We'll do single car time trials, a bunch of different format. Be a non-points race for the 360s, and it also caps off the championship for our third-party gaming Reigel Promotions Esports Challenge Series. Tune in right here on Reigel Promotions Esports at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday to see who is crowned in the second annual King's Clash.